As moon rises, the sun slips sight. Begins the ritual of this night, for those convinced their path is right. Gathered from north, south, east and west, yet called at another's behest, those treading the path that is left. From near and far, come as you are to this place, and embrace this space, as darker hue embraces you.
Good evening,
Of
Hugh.
water, spirit, earth and fire, confessing the sins of empire, we come with our wounds and desire. Sensing that we are not alone, drawn to the flame that guides us home, for here, you, me, and yet to be. Importance and signs of these times, for the sake of all those maligned, is yet the home of the divine.
Tritone for Baron von Headbanger and for Familiar White Metal Chile. Good evening. Welcome. Yes. Good evening, Chile. Hello, Baron. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't joined us before, this is trying to be a place where everyone is welcome, a place to share in a love of heavy music and to share in faith or spirituality, whether we're into that or on the fringe of that or interested in it, or whether we thought actually this isn't for us because all those Christians we've encountered really don't get our taste in music. Here is a place where it all combines and we can support each other, particularly through these times. Just getting some comments. Good evening, Wayne. Big Wayne for Wayne. Big wave for Wayne by the sea. An awesome, lovely video from you, Wayne, this afternoon. 30 Seconds of Nature, just a video with sound of waves lapping upon the beach, which apparently might be somewhere close by to where Wayne lives here in the UK. So where else are people joining us from? I know we've got Germany in, UK, Chile is in. Just please drop a comment in wherever you're watching from, say hello, and just help us all appreciate the way we are able to connect across the miles during these times. As is our tradition here, just invite us to reflect back on the day, recognizing each of us is going to have had different days, but invite us just to think back and maybe just capture one thing. I hope there's many, but maybe just one thing today, even if it's not been a great day, that just has lifted your spirits, that has filled you maybe with joy or a sense of hope, a sense of... Hey, Andy's in from Pinderfield Hospital. You're doing it at work. Fantastic. I was about to say I hope for a quiet night for you, but who knows during these times. But our thoughts and our prayers and our appreciation are with you and all on duty at the moment. Thanks for joining us, Andy. Love to the rest of the family. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Joyce and Gisela and Patrick. I've said Wayne, Clifford and Baron, we've said, and... Familiar White Metal Punta Arenas from Chile. And have I missed anybody? Joyce! And anybody else watching on YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook? Yeah, please just say hello in a comment, whatever platform you're on, and just feel free to share at any point. You're very welcome. I invite us to... hello, Tim. I invite you to just capture a moment as you think back from today that has filled you with... Hi, Nigel. Joy or hope has lifted you outside of yourself or the stuff that's going on in life and in the world. Something basically that you want to be thankful for. but maybe it's cooler to kind of express that thanks in Norse through the phrase tusen tak, because we all know that Scandinavia produces some fantastic metal, and also is the birthplace of fantastic long hair and beards. So we're going to say tusen tak, not thanks. We're going to say it in a Viking style, for that in itself is also more metal. And we're going to shout it while standing on top of a cliff. Not Clifford, he might object. But just what today? Please share in a comment. What makes you thankful from today? Maybe one thing. I hope there's many, but just one thing you want to share in a comment on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. What today has made you say, tusen tak? Hello, Mother. Yeah, tusen tak, thank yous for today. That's an awesome one, Clifford. Yeah. Tusen tak for family, health, and heavy metal. Yes. Yeah, not necessarily in that order. No, you are right. In that order. That's beautiful. Yeah. I am tusen taking today for the discovery of a band who've been going quite a while, called Tribulation. It's a secular band. This is the album Where the Gloom Becomes Sound. Oh, what a fantastic... so I'm tusen taking for that bit of metal today. It's very doomy, very melodic as well, gothy, I would say, very gothic as well. And wow, look at that for an insert. Oh man, a whole booklet. But the lyrics are deeply spiritual, I would say, helping us kind of connect with and appreciate creation, and also good for kind of a lament or a rage about stuff if you need to, in a good Psalm, Old Testament kind of way. So I'm going to use some lyrics from there tonight. So with the Clifford tusen tak for family, health, and heavy metal, with Joyce. Tusen tak for silent prayer. Yes, it's Thursday in church this morning, which is very helpful. Good. I'm glad it was, Joyce. Tusen tak from Wayne. It's for this space. Oh, a bit of a week. Right. Okay. Because I knew the other night you were in and out onto meetings, but hope you are okay as can be as we share this space and time together. And I pray and hope that it is helpful. And thank you for all that you are, as well as all that you do. Down south here in the UK. And also with Tim, yeah. So love and prayers to you both and the rest of the families. So thank you, Gisela. Watching the Let's Worship. I'm going to pronounce this wrong, aren't I, Gisela? From Feucht in Florida of last night. Feucht. I'm going to get into trouble. I'm going to accidentally mispronounce it, and YouTube are going to censor me. Sorry, Facebook, wherever we are. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Cool. I've not come across that. I shall have a Google. We do like something to go and look at after this, don't we? So thank you. So with Gisela, where can we find that, Gisela? Is it on YouTube? That'd be interesting to check out. Thank you. Tusen tak from Patrick for quarter days. So not sets of 6 hours, but a few days every quarter of the year. Yes, to have some time to chill and reflect. And that's what you use them for. And I'm right with you. Well done for doing it, because they are easy to let slip. Let's put it that way. So for those who think members of the clergy or those who are lay ministers and pastors work just on Sundays, occasionally Christmas with the odd Easter chucked in for good measure, no, we get one day off a week. So it is appreciated, isn't it, Patrick, just to have that extra bit of space to kind of breathe and think. So I really hope that's been a blessing for you as you bless others. A chance to recharge and refresh, maybe. Yeah, cool. So thank you for sharing. If you haven't already, you want to share something you're thankful for today, please do. Equally, recognizing that some of us may have had some less than good stuff today, stuff that is really painful and difficult and may take time to work through. That feels like a potentially long, painful journey. It might be that we've done stuff today that we regret, or even regret not doing or saying something. It might be that we've been hurt. It might be that we even unintentionally have caused hurt. And it might be that we're just carrying stuff that is really heavy, and not in an awesome heavy metal way, but it's just a bit much. So here is a space as you reflect back upon your day of anything you need to let go of, you need to lay down, and you can do that. You just let it go into the arms of everlasting grace. And if it's something that you can't see the end of, or you just don't know how this is going to pan out, and it doesn't seem you're looking for hope, then maybe just allow those things to be laid with God just for tonight, so that you might have rest, that you might receive a deep sense of how much you are loved and held by God in it and through it, just as you are. Do you know what? I've got so carried away, I haven't shared these amazing tribulation lyrics. So so for being thankful, these lyrics from Tribulation, from the song The Wilderness. On the 5th day I heard it, as pure as white snow, the seed that is clothed in space, and at the seat of the lover and the beloved I humbly received their grace. Oh, isn't that beautiful? And just opens up my mind, those lyrics. So I offer those to you as you reflect on things you're thankful for today. And if there are things you need to lay down or let go of or turn away from tonight, then these words from Tribulation and the song The Hour of the Wolf. From the shadows they come, relentless, their will be done. And all that you hold dear is bound to crumble and come to dust. And come to dust. The principalities and will to power, the worms from within my own darkest hour. I confess all the regrets and the regrets, the burdens and fears, the lament and the tears. I lay them down. And in all that we are carrying, and all that we just want to offer and need help with, excuse my speakers telling me they're disconnected, Jesus just opens his arms as wide as they need to be for all of us and all creation. It's connected again. That's nice. Thank you, speakers. And says, come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, even if you do not like Iron Maiden, and I will give you rest. And may that rest and that peace, please, God, be with you this night. Thanks, Tim. Laying down or acknowledging a sense of ferocity at the treatment of your friend and my friend, and of the parish where you are, the lovely Gerald, Saint Gerald, who by means of social and mass media alike, who's been swept up in a Twitter storm Yes, and so I spat my tea when his name was mentioned on the BBC4 PM program at 5 o'clock tonight. I admit, I don't spend that much time on Twitter, so I've missed it. I don't know what, I'm not going to comment on what has been said because I haven't seen it. I've seen the response. I've seen his response, or heard his response via the news. But knowing all that person has been through, you see, people, we might think that as metalheads, we might have a hard time or be misunderstood by kind of mainstream church. There are some people who have had it so much worse with the bells on, and it is not of God. However, yeah, so on top of that, so love and prayers to him and with you in your anger, Tim. And again, as Tim himself helped us reflect on, Jesus, it says, when Lazarus died and he goes to the tomb, it says, Jesus was angry. So, yeah, and how we might use that anger and allow God to use that anger. And as Tim also reminded us, as Rob Bell says, be careful about what makes you angry, because that just might be God prompting you, nudging you to do something. So, let's acknowledge those feelings and be open to what God might be saying or calling us to through it in response to it. And also from Patrick, amen. So we just hold him in prayer, hold Joel in prayer. Absolutely. So a reading for tonight. Continuing through Luke, this is chapter 7, just one verse tonight. Reading, of course, Blisters and Others from the Metal Bible. Get yours, find out more. Request it in your language, help distribute it in your country, metalbibleinternational.com. Testimonies from those in the metal scene, including folk from Iron Maiden, Megadeth, and many others, as well as Christian metal musicians as well, if you see what I mean. A reading, Luke chapter 7, verse 22, which I went past. Then he told John's disciples, "Go back to John and tell him what you have seen and heard. The blind see, the lame walk, the lepers are cured, the deaf hear, the dead are raised to life, and the good news is being preached to the poor." So, over it doesn't sound too cryptic, and very special hello to those who are watching and for various reasons not kind of commenting, but hello. So that reading, I guess people saying, Jesus, are you the one we've been waiting for? Is it you? Are you the Messiah? Are you the one that God sent to save us? And Jesus kind of going, well, they've come from John the Baptist, and he's saying, well, look, what have you experienced? Go and talk about that. Go and tell John what you have seen and experienced. And so I invite us just to think, perhaps based on that reading, anything else you want to reflect on from that verse, but perhaps to think about what the good news is of Jesus as you have understood it and you have experienced it. So what is that good news for you? What have you seen and heard and experienced in terms of the good news of Jesus, the kingdom of God, justice, joy, and peace for the poor, the oppressed, all those things? What does that mean to you? How have you experienced it? And from that understanding and experience of that good news as you've understood and experienced it, what would you share? What would you share? What would you go back and tell somebody? So some time to think and reflect, and big love and shout out to Jeanette Larson and to Henrik from the awesome Metal House One Ministries. If you joined us last Saturday, then it was wonderful to share with them. Yeah, thanks for popping by, Jeanette. I hope you're both still all right. Yeah, so what have you experienced in terms of the work of God, or the work of God in Jesus, or the divine, whatever phrase is helpful to you? And from that experience, what would you share with somebody else of that experience? Some music, and I invite you to kind of share your comments via YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We can encourage each other as we do talk about the experience we've had of the good news of God in Jesus, of a kingdom that is, as well as yet to fully be. Yeah, so it would now help if I'd actually thought about music before this point, but I didn't. So here we go, a very charismatic moment. I'm just going to try and this may not be spirit-led, this might just be me going, yeah, that one. Doesn't mean the spirit can't work through it, like, but yeah, what should we go for? I don't know. What? Yeah, actually, I think yeah, this. No. Yes. No. This one. Yes. This one.
Taken over our home.
So cool. Yeah, no, I'm glad you like that, Baron. So they're from London in the UK. The EP is, hold on. The EP had to be the one at the back, didn't it? Yes. So Parish, God's Right Hand is the EP. There's too much light. You can't see it. Sorry. Yeah. 4 tracks. Yeah, really cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're kind of promoting themselves as the purveyors of proto metal. So yeah, totally kind of very early Black Sabbath stuff. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm glad you like them, Clifford. Yeah, the kind of sludgy bit, but still not. It's not a complete just retro thing. It's yeah, and so as a concept, they've taken cheerfully. I think they've taken the Black Death, which is nice. I think yes, but a sort of English Civil War and sort of that sort of period. So yeah, kind of religious overtones, but just pointing out again in their lyrics some of the injustices and stuff at that time. And again, the stuff that props churches need to hear and learn from in their own past. Yeah, certainly in this country. Cool. Lots of love for Parish. This is awesome. So I think they're on Facebook. It's the Parish newsletter, which is very clever. Yeah, so the Parish newsletter on Facebook or parishuk.bandcamp.com. Yes. Yeah. So is there anything people want to share in terms of what the good news of God, of Jesus in your life, the Spirit, signs of a kingdom of justice and hope that you've experienced that you want to share, and what would you share from that experience with somebody else? I think I said the other day about the guy who came to fix my car and kind of, I suppose, for me, just it's taken a while, but kind of recognizing that my love of heavy music is a way in which I experience God, and that's okay, rather than it being something that oh dear shouldn't really admit to liking that. Oh, actually no, I love it. Makes me feel alive. Makes me transcend myself and feel something bigger. Connects me to God. So the chance to kind of connect with the person who mended my car kindly over music, and then to go and talk about faith was awesome, and just say, yeah, actually, that yes, God is at work in the church, but do you know what? God is at work outside the church, and in people that perhaps the church has sometimes judged, misjudged, prejudged, or excluded. That was a kind of a good experience to share with him. Thank you, Gisela. The good news is that God's answered most of your prayers. Wow, cool. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I think there's something about the power of prayer and an openness to God's plans and God's purposes, perhaps being higher, and knowledge and power being higher than our thoughts. Like it says in Job. Right, see that mountain over there? Have you made one of them? No. So those stars, did you do that? Nope. Right, okay. So just kind of go with it. Trust me. Yeah, so that's awesome to hear. Thank you, Gisela. Anything else that people want to share? Just saying hello, Karim, and Latifi, and Jawabi, and Ahmed, and MD. Hello again. Yeah, so wherever we are around the world, again, if you want to drop a comment and say hello from wherever you are, just helps us have that sense of connection, especially during these times as this pandemic. Please God reminds us that we are all connected and that we're all made in the image of God, and that we need to love and care and support for each other. Yeah. And that, so that, yeah, as we do that, then maybe even in the midst of pandemics, there is good news as we try and do that. Are there things that people want to offer or name and state people, situations known to us in our own lives, those whom we love, our communities wider in the world, across the world, things we want to bring as and for prayer this evening, then I invite you to just drop that into a comment and some music as we do. As again, I try and find it. Yeah, so this is Ecclesia. Still just working out the recording of an interview with the band Ecclesia. And again, not necessarily a Christian band by any means, but again, just offering us a critique, a reflection on Christendom, on church history. So I'll offer this to you as we name the song about people who were persecuted for their beliefs that were seen as outside of what it was okay to think and believe. Well, that was the reason given. There was probably lots of other power and financial reasons for it. As we think about those people in the world who are marginalised, persecuted and oppressed, as we offer prayer, and yet in that reading, as we look to as well, share the signs of freedom from oppression and of justice at work through God, as we point to that good news and share it.
Intercedan pro nobis ad Domini. Recitus del meritis, Beate Mariae semper Virgine, Beati Michaelis Arcangeli, Beati Anni Baptisti, Sanctum Apostolorum Petris Marum, Dominum Sanctorum.
I shall send you in disgrace. Your sons are not unknown to me. Your life is made of misery.
So, thank you for sharing what you bring as and for prayer. Just let's pray and thank you for sharing. Just want to just said earlier, just acknowledge we continue to pray for Joel at this time and the stuff that's been happening on Twitter and in the media. On top of everything else he's kind of been through, just love and prayers to him and for an upholding of all that he is in God. And I think as Tim and Wayne shared, just give thanks for this space if it's helpful to people. And thank you, Gisela, for prayer for all of us gathered here. And those watching and not commenting, that's absolutely fine, but prayers for you too, and all good wishes as we uphold each other, and God does too during these times, particularly if we've had one of those weeks or even one of those days all week. Pray for all those working through relationship stuff at the minute and for whom it's tough. Then again, they might know that they are not alone, and that somehow life in all its fullness, life in the well-watered garden, might be known, and that hope be in God. Absolutely, Jeanette. Praying that those in the metal community, bikers community, and the interaction quite strong between the two, that they might get to hear and know for themselves the message of just how awesome they are through God and Jesus, and bless people like you and Henrik for all that you do through Metal House One Ministries and Christian Metalheads International, and that as part of that ministry that there might be a Rainbow Rock Festival live. After in a different place with all this, that music and that fellowship might be able to happen, that others will be able to come and experience it, and at the very least have an awesome time, hear some great bands, get to have faith shared over refreshments or whatever in between sets, and maybe take away one of these metal Bibles as well. But just all of that ministry, and that somehow in everlasting arms, eternally we are kept safe in Jesus. With Rachel, pray for your friend who has COVID, and also our thoughts and prayers with the customer you spoke to today, whose brother has died from COVID recently. Amen. Thanks, Clifford. Not a strange request at all, but pray for your brother and for that operation for his dog tomorrow, that your brother might have a sense of comfort and peace through it, and that all might be well. Just prayers for him and for you as you love and care for him as well. Just checking I haven't missed anything. I think that's everything. So, sorry, Nigel. Absolutely. So we talked about Rainbow Rock in Sweden. So here in the UK, Greenbelt Christian Arts Festival, a range of music and art media, and lots of God talk, but lots of politics and social justice talk as well. Just a kind of great place to get challenged and resourced as a disciple in daily life, and to share together. And the thought of sharing communion with 10,000 people sat in a field is one of the most profound things I've ever experienced in my life, as well as the Goth Eucharist, rock mass, and various other wonderful alternative fringy stuff. A place to whoever we are to meet like-minded people. that resources us the rest of the year. That actually, no, we're not on our own. There are people like us. But yeah, pray for Greenbelt as they work on what they might do this year, that something might happen or be possible in some format this year. Absolutely. Thank you. So we offer all our prayers using this or a more recognizable version of the Lord's Prayer, and in whatever language you need to say it. As we share in the words, it just symbolizes that our voices unite, our hearts, our souls, our yearnings unite and connect with the divine, the ground of our being, God, who hears our prayer before we even ask it, and so we can pray.
To the one in whom all people and all creation have their being, may your kingdom come, your will be done, as above, so below. Sustain us for this day. Show us grace as we seek to show grace to those we feel have wronged us. Save us from the worst that is within us and within this world. For the kingdom, the power and the glory are yours, now and forever. Amen.
Amen. Yes. Thanks, Tim. So these words, final set of lyrics tonight from the band Tribulation. The album just come out. I can't remember now if they're Italian, Swedish, or Norwegian, or I can't quite remember. But they're in this month's Metal Hammer in the UK. Yeah, fantastic album. Really good listen. Beautifully presented, and just a lot to think about in the lyrics. So these words from the song "Daughter of the Djinn." That's DJINN, not the drink. Drink me, eat me. I'll carry you away. Love me, crave me. I won't leave you astray. Cheers, Baron. Yeah, I hope you're doing all right at work. Good to have you in and out anytime, my friend, my brother. That's awesome, dude. It's really cool to have you here. So yeah, I think share those lyrics. Holding together, the God who holds us together and all things together. And there's some days I need help holding it together. Absolutely. So we can support each other as we're at work, for the rest of the day, whatever time of day it is or night, that we are held, and that there is hope because the future is God's. Which would help if I played the right thing.
May the peace of the All-Parent be ours this night, and with all people and all creation in the time that is to come.
So yeah, awesome. There's kind of record numbers of people watching in real time, according to my thing here. So this is really cool. And thank you. Whether you've commented or not, you are always welcome, whoever you are, wherever you are. Again, just trying to create a space where, selfishly, for my own pattern of prayer, I might be accountable by sharing it with you, and you minister to me. So thank you. But at the very least, we might connect as people who love heavy music and are doing our best to whatever faith, spirituality, or humanity we kind of identify within ourselves, that we just try our best to be agents of love and of peace and of justice in the world, and that we support each other in doing that. So it's really cool to have you here. But now, blisters and others. Let us sway. And we've talked about Greenbelt, we've talked about Sweden Rocks Festival. So I don't know the last time you went to a physical gig or gathering where you were able to just arms up, whatever, all that. Phones with torches on and lighters and scarves. Doesn't have to be the witch hazel one. Any scarf will do. But that sense of togetherness. So wherever you are, and ideally the more crowded place, the better. Just invite you to sway and to do so in a way you're imagining maybe an Iron Maiden gig. Instead of Scream for Me coming from the lips of the air raid siren himself, Mr. Bruce Dickinson, these words. Scream for me. No, not scream. I've done it now. Whoops. Too much Bruce on the brain. Sway for me, Metal Compline. I'm getting it ready this time. All right. Yeah. Sway with me, Metal Compline. Right, all. See you later. Thank you. That's been cool. Probably cheered me up. Bless you all. Take care. Good night. Go with the God who goes with you, within you, and before you. Always. And in every situation. And we hold together through it all.